everybody, welcome back. We are here because we want to talk about a very wholesome movie, a very beautiful masterpiece. A beautiful mess. It's a beautiful mess. That's
a beautiful mess.
That's right.
Gorgeous one.
Yep. Of course, we're talking about. You know what we're talking about. You know what we're here for. I have the shirt. I think you can see the name over there. So, yeah, we're here to talk about that. And to celebrate this momentous occasion, we got tots. We tried tater tots.
They're not tater tots.
They're not tater tots. They're actually veggie tots, which means they might be good or it might be horrendous. So, ready?
They're so hot.
Yeah, they're still pretty hot.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to try it.
Don't die. Oh, they're steaming. They're steaming.
I don't know what to...
The look on your face was suspicious.
They're weird.
Oh.
Yeah, but... they...
Oh, no. Oh. Clearly I don't have a symbiote, because I don't think this is any good. This is... I like this less than I liked Venom.
Yeah, so that's saying something. These are worse than Venom. These are worse than Venom. So Venom. What's about that movie? Well, the movie is so bad it's fantastic. That's pretty much our get-go with it. Yep, there's just so many beautiful things about it and so many things that make it just not a good movie. But it's just fun to look at. It's just really fun to look at.
I would say I went through the whole movie with this huge smile just plastered on my face. And then when the action scenes came, the smile like slowly faded and my eyes like started to close and I had like a little nap. And then I woke up feeling refreshed when the action ended and the good parts of the movie started again. And I was like, man, I love this movie. It comes with its own nap breaks.
To really just go to the ending real quick about the fight scenes. About the ending one was basically two puddles wrestling.
That's true. It's so accurate.
I don't know how that happened. But that's what happened. That's it. That was a fight between Venom and Riot. But you know what? Let's just like kind of go in on the base level. Personally, the one thing we really like, Eddie Brock and his relationship with Venom. Like I just love that so much.
It's so cute. It's like adopting an angry dog, and then, like, he becomes your best friend, but he's still an angry dog, so he's still gonna try to, like, eat people.
Yeah, they basically think they're each other's pets, and that's
so
basically
cute.
the relationship throughout the entire thing. They kind of just... He's weirded out at first, but he kind of accepts it really fast.
He does, and, like, that makes it really pure, actually, because then they're, like, best friends, and, like... They insult each other, like they get in those little jabs. It's literally just having a questionable best friend who's attached to your body.
Basically. Yeah, don't call Venom a parasite. He very much gets offended by that.
He does not like being called. How are you eating these?
I'm just we spent $3 whole on these.
Whoa.
You know?
I want to eat another one, but I don't.
It's for the memes. It's for the memes!
I should be, like, guzzling these things. I think I'd actually lose my lunch at that point.
We barely had lunch today. We were preparing for this moment. Oh. What's the bad guy's names again? I know the Riot is the Venom suit, but the corporate guy. The corporate guy.
Carlton Drake.
Carlton Drake. That's the one.
10 out of 10. Best Marvel villain.
What?
I think so. I mean, he's evil. There's something really fun about evil.
It's true, but it's like...
But, like, who's better? Like, the purple thumb?
As far as one I felt was more threatening. One was just fun to look at.
Yes, and I will always take fun to look at any day of the week.
Fair enough, that's very true.
Carlton Drake.
And those two actually really have fun in their roles. Because they have, like, you could tell they have a great time with it. And they're pretty much what makes a movie really fun.
It's true.
Everything else, well...
is less good than those things.
By a large margin.
So, yeah.
The plot, almost non-existent. The soundtrack was ass. I don't even remember it. I just remember not liking it.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, just painfully forgettable soundtracks where
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a single, like, score moment that you're like, oh, yes, Venom! Like, I love this thing! And then, like, the songs all just feel wildly out of place.
Yeah. And the pacing, too. The pacing was not good. It just felt like things were happening half the time.
If we're gonna list, like, from
I'm gonna do it again.
best to worst,
Oh, wow.
obviously, Tom Hardy and Riz Ahmed are best. Pacing is dead last.
Oh,
it's
God.
so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still think my favorite moment is when Eddie Brock's like, I understand Venom. I've been part of him for like so long, and like
It was
at this
like
point,
5 minutes, wasn't it?
it was. I'll be generous and say a half hour, which is like it was definitely under a quarter of the movie's runtime. I'm like, you definitely don't understand him that well. It's been 20 minutes.
If you really want to get into the science of this movie, what science?
Science of this movie.
I know, I'm using that as a very loose term because I don't even know what the motive for Carlton Drake was.
What his motive is that he wants to make money and he wants to change the world. He like 100% believes in his motive, which is just so refreshing because it's just so charmingly evil. Like,
oh yeah, didn't he want to like move like off of planet Earth? Like the big thing was like,
he thinks we're killing the planet, so we need to morph with the symbiotes and go to another planet where we can all survive.
And then, so there's that motive. The other bad guy motive, which is the symbiote motive, was to eat everybody, basically?
Yes.
Yeah, basically eat everybody. Which is also Venom's motive, too. But then, like, there was one scene where Venom, when he goes full Venom, which kind of just happens. There's no, like, kind of just slow. It kind of just, it does. He's just all Venom. And then climbs on top of one of the towers in San Francisco, and he's just like, oh, it's beautiful. I want to save everyone now. It was like Martha, but funnier.
Yeah. Like, basically picture all the things that happen in bad superhero movies, but funny.
Yeah.
That's Venom.
Yeah. Even, like, the funny parts are funny. The parts where I think they try to be serious with those two are also still funny. Again, the tater tots. You think tater tots was there to be funny, or was just, like, kind of supposed to be... Okay, yeah, it must have been funny.
The tater tots were supposed to be funny. The lobster scene was supposed to be funny. And they are. It's, like, really... The comedy's spot on. I really am surprised they didn't, like, recut the trailer in the week leading up to the movie to make it, like, a comedy trailer, because I feel like they would have gotten... People would have been like, oh, like, 4 out of 5 stars. Like, it's an uneven comedy, but, like, the beats still hit. Meanwhile, they tried to market it as, like, this edgy, like, take it seriously, so of course it's gonna splat on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that, like, I feel like a lot of the other movie, it tries to be a serious movie in other aspects. It's just those two happen to be.
Exactly.
I have no idea how I'm actually eating these.
I mean, the villain goes from, like, I'm going to, like, not answer a question that a child just asked me level of evil to, like, let's just experiment on humans and kill them level of evil in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, seriously.
It's amazing.
So we saw the whole history about Venom, right? The Riot symbiote kind of just travels everywhere. The whole idea of, like, symbiotes need a specific host don't mean a damn thing to to that guy, because he just skips along to other people just to get there, and then sticks with a little girl for the most of it, that somehow manages to make it to this pretty secret lab that's high security and makes it in no problem. And then Carlton Drake just has a symbiote. That's it. He
It's
just
like,
has it.
they had, like, such a setup for, like, he's gonna learn the error of his ways. Like, one of these people he's experimented on is gonna, like, rise up and attack him, and then that's maybe how he'll get the symbiote. But
I thought he was just gonna get so obsessed that he just does it.
Yeah, right?
That's what
like,
I thought.
There's so many options, not like a little girl sneaks into a high-security laboratory and then, like, stares down, like, evil Mark Zuckerberg and
Oh no. Are you...
Oh, am I...
Yeah,
is
you're
my
recording
pain
now.
on camera? Okay.
Your pain is now on camera.
I just, like, keep forgetting that these are not good and taking one, like,
Yeah, they look
And
like
then
they
I'm
could be good.
Ooh,
They're, like, weirdly
this is
tasteless.
cursed. Ooh.
They barely have any taste. Like, you go in expecting that's gonna be some of that potatoey goodness, but no. It was lies. It's a lies. I lost track.
Oh, we have Anne, Venom's, Eddie Brock's girlfriend, and like, I feel like we've kind of gotten somewhere with like female superheroes.
Yeah.
We have Scarlet Witch and Black Widow and Captain Marvel and like we're getting somewhere, and then you have Anne. Anne is the long-suffering girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Who luckily becomes ex-girlfriend, but like. We're like never like made to feel sorry for Anne, even though like it's completely Eddie Brock's fault that she loses her like
whole
actually
job
prestigious job and reputation.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of played as a like, oh poor Eddie, he lost the girl, and like in this good year of 2018, you just like, come on, poor Anne, like she doesn't need this.
It's true. I do feel bad for him, but let's talk about the moment. She's kind of the superhero. So, at one point in the movie, Eddie Brock and Venom separate, and it's like they kind of broke up, which is kind of funny. Like some sort of horrible breakup, and he leaves and gets kidnapped. And so Venom takes over a dog, who then finds Anne, and cuts to the whole thing with Eddie Brock, and then goes into a forest, and then you see She-Venom, who's Anne, who's apparently been Venom for like probably, what, a good 2-3 hours or something like that?
So.
We don't see it. We don't see it until that point, and goes, "Hello, Eddie," and like really curvy for some reason.
Yeah, like a really curvy Venom.
And then Max on Eddie Brock, and I'm still deciding which one actually Max on Eddie Brock.
They both did.
Yeah,
it's kinky.
I feel like mostly Venom though.
Yeah, they have a cute relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know though, because it's also like his dog, so it's kind of like macking on your dog. I'm just saying, Venom's kind of like a dog. And he's kissing Venom. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Somebody had to say it. Yeah. There's that.
Yeah, there's that. There's that. What else? Do we have anything else? Any other topics?
I feel like I have things written down on my phone.
I'm gonna try and sift through my mind for a while.
Yeah, see if there's anything.
Still got a secret ending to talk about.
Oh, the secret endings. Yeah, Oh, yeah. So, one thing with Venom is...
Yeah.
Like, at one point, he's like... Don't worry, Eddie. Like, on my planet, I was a loser, too.
Oh, yeah!
But, like, what I love is the way they frame Eddie as being a loser. Like, he like, lives in, like, a like, run-down apartment. But, like, it's not
it's a really big rundown apartment. It's a really big
It's like a movie rundown apartment. And, like, he still somehow has enough money to, like, go to the bar and, like, help his friend who's homeless and, like,
and he apparently...
buy food at the store. So, like,
yeah, and he didn't have a job for, like, 6 months
He doesn't have a job for, like, 6 months.
So, like...
So he's, like, not really that much of a loser. And I just... Like, some of the things they show him as being, like... I don't know. It's framed as, like, evidence of, like, loser... Is like,
not
he doesn't want to, like, tell his neighbor to turn his music down. Which, like, I get that. I don't like confrontation.
However, that Snapchat filter scene was beautiful.
Yes.
It's one of the best things ever.
Yes, when he finally does confront the neighbor. That is some masterwork CGI.
Mm.
But another thing that he does that's loserish is, like, he doesn't stop, like, an armed robbery.
Yeah.
That's not being a loser. So, like, he lives in a decently sized apartment. He's nice to people. He has enough money to get by his day-to-day things. And he's the loser because I guess he can't find another job. I don't know. It's just so weird.
Which brings to a question. So, like, the beginning, he says he ran away from New York because he did something bad over there. Mm-hmm. So he basically got booted out or ran away. So why didn't he do the same thing? Why didn't he do the same thing? The tater tots are no, the veggie tots are paying back.
They're fighting back.
They're fighting back. But, so why didn't he do the same thing besides for the sake of plot? Plot.
I think it's because he's obsessed with Anne still, and he doesn't want to let Anne go. Which I guess that would be kind of like, now you're being a bit of a loser, I guess.
Yeah, that part's a pretty loserish. Although, side note, Anne's new boyfriend is really great because not once does he ever call the cops on Eddie, even though Eddie has done. He bathes in the lobster thing in public, and he stops people to stops people from actually calling the police. He tries to help him out with the symbiote thing. Like, it's to the point where you even see Eddie's just like, I can't hate you.
Yeah, like I like him. I don't know his name, but I liked him.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I don't understand why they're already living together. It was like not even 6 months. But
she couldn't afford that apartment otherwise.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a doctor.
There's a reason that he had to move into the like questionable apartment the size of a house. And she got to keep the really nice apartment the size of a house.
I also want to talk about the CGI. So it's a $100 million movie. And the green screens in general, I'm thinking of two specific scenes. There's one where he's on the San Francisco Bridge looking at the Life Foundation building that's really intricately built inside a mountain. I don't know how that happened. And also, I don't know if you want to.
I don't think I...
Yeah, you're
one
doing
more,
it anyway.
One more. Oh. Don't like crunch.
Oh god, that's gross. I feel like I almost saw the green lining. I could be wrong. It just didn't look good at all. Then there was another one where at the end, like right at the end after the big battle, and he's swimming in the water. And like, you could see the cutout area where it suddenly becomes the CGI water very plainly. And you're just looking like, whoa! This is some next level stuff. Just, you know, $100 million isn't too much nowadays, I guess. But at the same time, it's not like it's chump change. So, I just found that funny. But then again, I guess they did reshoots. Which brings me to the other topic. The PG-13 rating.
Oh,
yeah.
Bad choices.
Bad choice. Number one. Because number two, I feel like I don't care what the director says or anyone else. This is not a movie that looks like it was meant to be rated PG-13.
No.
It looks like there are a lot of reshoots to bring it down for it to be rated PG-13, which is kind of funny because they say the S word a lot, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like at a plethora of time, like some kid in Call of Duty that just realized how to curse, and also uses the F word once, which you can in a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
Like you can use it once, but still.
Yeah.
I just found that kind of funny, especially considering Marvel movies rarely do that. And I'm not even talking Marvel Studios, just like in general. I think the only ones I could think of were the X-Men movies. And it was the Wolverine cameo. And like it's Wolverine. Makes sense. But I just found that really funny. You could tell it's a movie that probably would have and should have been rated R. And they're like, no, kids should watch this. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And the problem with the bloodless violence is it's hard to actually see the consequences of things. Like, Venom, like, eats a bunch of police officers, and...
He doesn't eat them.
You know,
That's the
there's
thing.
no blood,
Yeah.
so it's like, did he even eat them? Like, are they even dead, or are they just knocked out in the corner? Like, we don't know. I mean...
He's throwing, like, huge debris at them.
Yeah.
They should be... But that's the other point. He eats people whole. But it cuts out. You don't ever see it. Like, I'm thinking of the ending after the beautiful Turd in the Wood thing. He apparently ate that guy whole. There is nothing on the floor.
Yeah, there's no blood. He just ate him. Or, like, again, you know, that part where Carlton Drake is just, like, cutting people in half.
Oh, that
Except
proof should have been painted red.
I guess he's just kind of knocking them over, because clearly he can't be cutting them in half if there's no blood anywhere.
It's blades. It's straight up blades. But you just see people just go into the corner like, oh no.
You know, it's hard to actually think of Venom as being scary when you don't actually see what he does that's so scary.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes it seem like a comedy.
Yeah, it does.
Plays up the comedic element of it.
Which brings into just like my final point. I don't know if you have another one, but my final thing is the fact that they say in the trailers and everything, the world has enough heroes. Superheroes, and I know he's being more of an anti-hero in this one, but is he? It just feels like he's pretty much going full hero on this, which is like.
I mean, he ate some members of the law enforcement.
Yeah. That's
really the thing he would do that makes him not a hero. Which, like, I think if they framed that better, that might be obvious.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, like, self-defense, they were shooting at him, so.
Yeah.
You know, even that one you could reason out and be like, well, yeah, he would have died otherwise, so he had to eat them. Like an anti-hero, you shouldn't be able to like reason out all of their like bad scenes. You shouldn't be like, oh, well, he did this thing because he like. The worst he does is like break windows. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the worst he does. He eats like some. Did he eat the cops? I thought he just knocked them out.
Knocked them out? Like, I don't
Knocked them
know.
out. By knocked them out, I mean it would kill any normal person.
But in a movie, I don't know.
Yeah, in a movie, especially this one, I'm not entirely sure. That's all I got.
Oh, I got one last one.
Oh, go
so
for it.
I tried to start the round of applause at the end of the movie.
Oh, I
No
feel
one
bad
else-
about this.
Nobody else clapped.
Neither
It
did
was just
I.
me.
I just looked at you in shock. I'm like, I had fun, but I didn't expect that. And I just told you at the end of the theater, I'm like, you can put me in the doghouse.
I was
should have
just
clapped
like,
with
this
you.
is a masterpiece.
And I'm just like, I
And-
feel so bad. I should
And
have
nobody
joined
else
you.
clapped.
And I'm so
The
sorry.
last time this happened was Swiss Army Man.
I don't know why that one didn't get a clap.
I don't know why. There were like 5 people in that theater, and my friends and I, we all clapped, and nobody else joined us.
But on camera, again, I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
I should have clapped with you. I'm
It's
sorry.
fair. I think I
was
would
in
have been
shock.
too surprised to clap also.
I was in shock. But oh, wait a minute. I do have one more thing. Why was Woody Harrelson cast in this movie and you barely saw him? Well, if you haven't figured it out already, because half the internet figured that out like before even going into this movie, it's because he is Carnage, or he's I forgot his actual name. Cletus Cassidy. He was Cletus Cassidy. So the serial killer that eventually becomes Carnage. And on the nose is just putting it mildly. So first off, he's writing Welcome Eddie in blood. I'm assuming his. I don't know where he got all that blood. He should probably pass out because it looked like a lot of blood.
Don't worry about
All right.
it.
And then he says to Eddie, almost kind of like out of nowhere, because I feel like he was trying to ask a question, and then he says, wait, let me tell you this. When I get out of here, there will be carnage. So, if this movie gets a sequel, and I kind of hope it does.
I hope it
I
does.
kind of hope it does. I mean, I really hope that Venom goes into Spider-Man's world, because I just want nothing more than Tom Holland and Tom Hardy interacting with each other as these characters.
The Toms.
I want the Toms to get together, because I think that'd be
I
hilarious.
think that would be good.
But in general, I do want to see more of this Venom. This was a hilariously bad movie. It's a bad movie, but it's fun. It's fun, right?
It's excellent.
Yeah, it's fun as all hell. So
I give it a thumbs up.
thumbs up. I give it a as far as entertainment, I give it a thumbs up. As far as to me, as far as cinematography, I'm just like, no. But I had fun. I had a lot of fun watching it.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got. Yeah. You?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we
tater
should just
tots.
eat one more.
No, I can't.
Okay, we will. Ah.
Oh.
Oh, air hole. Oh my god.
Now that they're cold, they're worse.
Yeah, now the core.
Oh.
Ugh. Oh, we're tossing the rest of these. Oh god. All right. So that's all we did. That's all we. That's all we have for you today about our thoughts on Venom. So I hope you like our wonderful tangents and praises and whatnot. And yeah, that's about it. So we're Alice and Jen, and that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys in the next video. Take care. You're still.
I'm done. Oh, I ate it.
Oh, I'm scrubbing you.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. It's okay. We're gonna eat some better. We're gonna get some water.
I need water.
Bye.
Bye.